بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أوصيكم وإياي أولا بتقوى الله فقد فاز المتقون. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Inshallah, to all the sisters and brother, we will begin our class with the morning dua, morning invocation. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بك أصبحنا وبك أمسينا وبك نحيا وبك نموت وإليك النشور. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد نبيا. اللهم زدني علما نافعا ورزقا طيبا وعملا متقبلا. يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلوبنا على دينك وعلى طاعتك. اللهم أدخلنا جنتك واجرنا من النار. اللهم اختم لنا بالحسن الخاتمة ولا تختم علينا بالسوء الخاتمة. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصلى الله على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. And Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. All praise due to Allah Rabbil Alameen for all His blessing, His ni'mah that He has bestowed upon all of us. May Allah Rabbil Alameen strengthen our hearts so that we are firm in our belief. In whatever condition we are in, we are ready to face it, inshallah. And also may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make our heart a heart that remember Him in good time, bad time, in sickness, and also when you are healthy. Brothers and sisters, Alhamdulillah, before we continue with the book, let me share with you a few things I think is also very, very important for us to understand. Based on the saying of our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, telling us about what happened before we were created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Prophet did mention to us that before Allah Rabbul Alameen make us survive in this world, kataballah maqadirul khalaiq qabla an yakhluqu as-samawati wal ard bi 50 alf sana. The Prophet is telling us that Allah wrote down the destinies, whatever that is going to happen to all of us, of all creatures, 50,000 years before the creation of the heaven and the earth. Meaning the Prophet is here to remind the believers to have this strong faith in Qada and Qadar, that Allah wrote down all that is going to happen to us, not only to human, to all the creatures of Allah, to the jinn, to the animals, the plant and everything, 50,000 years before the creation of the heaven and the earth. Now, then being human, nobody can escape from 8 things. Yeah? Being human, nobody can escape from 8 things. A person should possess 8 things. and he must be subjected to the same 8 things. Yeah. Number 1, joy, happiness. Yeah. Number 2, sadness. I repeat, number 1, joy or happiness. Number 2, sadness. Number 3, meeting. We cannot survive without meeting somebody. That's how we end, yeah, with marriage, because we meet our partner. Number 4, separation. Number 5, distress. Number 6, ease. Number 7, sickness. And number 8, health. Yeah. These are part of the trial that everyone have to go through. The difference is the time and how severe the trial is. Yeah. Is learning about Qada and Qadar very important? Let me share with you through this hadith. It's not in the book here that we are going to go through. This is an addition reference. It is narrated from Ibn ad-Daylimi. Ad-Daylimi radiallahu anhu, that he had some doubts about Qada and Qadar, the Sahaba. I was afraid that maybe it will destroy my faith and belief, my iman. So I went to Ubay ibn Ka'ab and said to him, O Ubay bin Ka'ab, known as Abu al-Munzar, they have the kunya. There are some doubts in my heart about Qada and Qadar. I am afraid that it will destroy my faith and my iman. So guide me in this regard. The Sahaba is seeking advice from another Sahaba. Maybe I will benefit from it, so that he will know how to believe in Qada. At this, he said, if Allah, who said there is been the answer from Ubay bin Ka'ab, if Allah puts the whole of the universe in torment, in punishment, he will not be considered to be a tyrant. And if he has mercy on them, then it will be better for them than their deeds. Now, Ubay bin Ka'ab is telling the other Sahaba, if Allah wants to punish all the creation, nobody will say that he is unjust. Nobody have the right. But if he would like to show his mercy is not because of your deeds. It's purely his mercy. Nothing to do with your deeds. Your deeds is for you. The mercy is from him. Yeah. If you spend well equal to the size of Uhud in the way of Allah, if you have collected a lot of wealth, you know Uhud is huge, and you use all the wealth that you have collected, accumulated, and you donate for the sake of Allah. This is what Ubay bin Ka'ab is telling. Yeah. It will never be accepted till you have faith in Qada and Qadar. All your sadaqah means all your contribution, even by million or billion, will not be accepted by Allah when you deny His Qada and Qadar. Because Qada and Qadar is one of the Arkanul Iman. When you deny that, that means all your deeds have no value. Beware, whatever calamity you are facing was unavoidable. Any bala, any suffering is something you cannot avoid. And the calamity you are not facing was never to reach you. Thing that will not happen to you, it will not happen to you. But when thing is going to happen, you cannot run away. If you die without having faith in Qada and Qadar, then you will abide in hell. Because there's no more iman. There is no harm in asking my brother Abdullah bin Mas'ud in this regard. After Ubay bin Ka'am explained to this Sahaba, Ibn Dailmi, he said, I will recommend you to ask Abdullah bin Mas'ud. Go and see what other companions said about this subject. Then I, Ibn Ad-Dailmi, went to Abdullah bin Mas'ud radiallahu anhu and put the same question to him. He gave answer similar to Ubay bin Ka'ab. Then Abdullah bin Mas'ud said, there is no harm in asking Huzaifa about this. Now they are recommending. It's good you can ask another Sahaba. These are all Sahaba very close to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So they recommend go and ask Huzaifa. So I went to Huzaifa and asked the same question. He gave the same answer like Ubay dan Abdullah bin Mas'ud. And he said to him, go to Zayd bin Thabit for further verification. Zayd bin Thabit is like the adopted son of our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So for further verification, I went to him and asked the same question. He said, I heard the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying, "Law anna Allah azzaba ahla samawati wa ahla al-ardihi la'azzabahum wa huwa ghairul zalimun lahum wa law rahimahum la kana rahmatuhu khairan lahum min a'malihim wa law kana laka mislu uhud zahaban aw mislu jabalin uhud zahaban tunfiquhu fi sabilillah ma qibalahu minka hatta tu'mina bi qadri kulli fata'lamu anna ma asabaka lam yakun liyukhti'ak wa ma akhta'ak lam yakun liyusibuk walakin wa innaka in mitta ala ghairi zalik dakhaltan nar." Now this is what Zayd bin Thabit recite the hadith from the Prophet and say, if Allah wanted to punish the people of his heaven and the people of his earth, that means there are living things in the heaven and there are living things in the earth, he would punish them and he would not be unjust to them. There's a reason when Allah wants to punish him. And if he bestows him mercy on them, his mercy will be better for them than their deeds merit. Whatever deed that you have committed, compared with the mercy of Allah, there's nothing you can compare with. It's really his pure mercy upon us. His mercy would be better for them than their deeds merit. If you were to spend the equivalent of Uhud in gold in the cause of Allah, Allah would not accept it from you unless you believe in Qadar, the divine decree. And understand that whatever befall you could never miss you. Whatever misses you would never befall you. And that's why sometimes you see, why we are just neighbor, something bad has happened to a neighbor, but nothing happened to us. Because Allah said, this is not going to happen to you. Yeah? And if you die believing something other than this, you will enter hell. Then Abu Hafsa, Abada bin Samit, said to his son, "Ya bunayya, innaka lam tajid ta'ma haqiqatal iman hatta ta'lama anna ma asabaka lam yakun liyukhti'ak wa ma akhta'aka lam yakun liyusibak." Abu Hafsa, Abdullah bin Samit, said to his son, "Oh my son," and this is good thing for us to tell our children, if our children is having this problem. You will never find the true taste of faith. That means you cannot say, I really am a believer, until you understand that whatever befall you could never miss you, and whatever misses you could never befall you. Now, when you have this understanding, that means you are not going to complain. Why me? Yeah, today, there's a lot of things that can happen to us, and always when we are having the pain and the trouble, then we always will try to blame somebody. Why? And then you got the wrong company again, wrong friend to advise. You have been a good person, you have been praying, why it happened to you? You see that guy don't even pray, and happy, lucky, you know, enjoying life. Now, it will shake your iman. By asking Allah, now you don't want to ask Him anymore. Why must I ask Him? I have been asking Him every time. He never responds to my prayer. Now, the shaitan is working from your environment now. You are okay, but you asked the wrong person. Or the wrong person came to visit you and see a pity you. Say, why it happened to you? Yeah, you are such a good man. You remember what happened to the Prophet when he experienced the first visit of Jibreel? Remember? What happened to him? After that, he just ran out, rushed back to the home, and called his beloved wife Khadija, Zamiluni, Zamiluni. Blanket me, the whole body is shivering. Yeah. What did Khadija say to him? And look at how, when you get the right people to advise you. If the wrong people say, why you go to the cave? You think what? You can find peace over there. I say, God will never cause harm to you. They don't know who is the true God yet. At that time, even Prophet Muhammad was not aware that he is been chosen as the last prophet. Allah knows, but he have no knowledge. If he have the knowledge, he's not going to be afraid about Gabriel coming to him. You'll be waiting for Gabriel. Then say, because you are a good man, you teach the young to respect the elders. You teach the elder to love the young. You respect and honor your neighbors, your guests. God will not cause any harm to you. Just rest now. Yeah, rest. Tomorrow, I will bring you to somebody that can explain to you. You see, that is called good environment. When somebody is having problem, come to you. You don't go add more problem. And sometimes we are not wise. Why, huh? Why this happened to you? Huh? You cannot say why it happened. You know the hadith, always the prophet says something happened. What do you say? Qadar Allah wa ma sha'a fa'al. There's a lot of wisdom. If Allah have tested all the prophets and the people who are better than all of us, and they are tested more than all of us, how about us? We all will be tested by Allah Rabbul Alameen. And this is why Allah said, وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِنَ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ وَالنَّقْصِ مِنَ الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَنفُسِ وَالثَّمَرَاتِ وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ. Glad tidings. Whoever want to understand the Qada and Qadar, the first thing they must have is patience. Sabr is a very powerful feeling, and thing that we all must try our best to attain sabr. Save us from a lot of problem. A person who sabr means whatever trial come to you, you are able to control, not to let it out from your mouth. You feel pain, you feel sad, but you don't go and say something that is negative. Hold on. Because whatever come out is what people will judge you. Yeah? But Allah's mercy is very unique. Look at this one ayah when Allah said, Qul ya ibadi. Qul ya ibadi means Allah is telling us, say that you are the servant of Allah. We are Allah's servant, Allah's slave. Yeah? You must remind yourself, even you are the slave of Allah. As a slave, you know what right do you have? Slave have no right. But you see what Allah said to us? Even you are my slave. I created you from nothing. It's up to me to provide for you or not to provide for you. It's me who decide, not you. If up to me to give you life or I'm going to take you home, it's up to me. I created you. La tahnatu. The second thing Allah said to us, never give up hope. First, He called upon us, remind us. Secondly, He said, never give up hope in Allah. La tahnatu. Don't give up what? The second. The third one is what? Rahmatillah. La tahnatu bi rahmatillah. The third one Allah said, don't ever give up hope. The second, hope on what? The mercy of Allah. The rahmah from Allah. Never give up hope. And then what did Allah say? Inna Allah yaghfiru zunuba jami'an. The fourth one. I, Allah, is going to forgive all your sins. Now Allah knows that we all are sinners. He knows. And that's why He ended up with that saying, reminding all of us, oh, you, my servant, my slave. La tahnatu. Never give up hope. Then who give you the right to give up hope? Who give you that, I don't care anymore, He don't like me anymore? Who give you that kind of feeling? Is the shaitan who is putting this feeling. Everything, there is a future for you. Don't give up hope. Especially from the mercy of Allah. And what is the greatest mercy of Allah? He forgives all our sins. Allahu Akbar. Walillahi alhamd. So this is some of the saying that I like to share with all the good brothers and sisters, because it's very important, where a lot of people don't really understand Qada and Qadar. They know the word Qada, Qadar. Qada and Qadar. And even the Buddhists have this strong belief, and the Buddhists call karma. This term karma is what Qada and Qadar is. Different wording for different people, but the meaning is towards your destiny. But who knows where we are going? We don't know. But Allah show you the way. If you want to come to me, this is the way. If you choose not to come to me, then there is another way. So we cannot say that Allah is not guiding us. And why we keep asking Allah for guidance every day when we pray, Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Are we not guided? No. People may say, you see, you Muslim are not guided. Yeah. Where the non-Muslim, the other believer, they said, we are guided. They say that by going to God, you must follow the way. And the way is what they say in the time of Jesus. The way is through Jesus. It's true. In the time of Jesus, the way is through Jesus. In the time of Moses, the way is through Moses. The time of Abraham, the way is Abraham. The time of Noah, the way is Noah's. Because they were sent by Allah to guide the people back to God. In the time of our Prophet, the way is through Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's all. You cannot go back to Allah without going through the way of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's why the Prophet said, "Taraktu fikum amran, lan tadillu bihi abada." I left to all of you only two. And when you follow and hold to these two, nobody can turn you astray. Khalas. You are guided. When you follow these two, you are sure to be guided. This is the promise from Prophet Muhammad before he passed away. He keep on reminding his ummah. He know what is going to happen to this ummah. It's going to be divided and get confused. He aware of this. And that's why he gave us a very clear warning. He said that I only left behind for all of you two things. If you hold on these two, as long as you still hold on to these two things, lan tadillu bihi abada. Nothing can turn you astray. Only these two. When you don't hold to these two, you can be astray. You are sure to go astray. And that's why we are so divided. Because we don't want to follow. But in our speech, in our statement, from the highest to the lowest, we follow Quran and Sunnah. We should follow Quran and Sunnah. That is what we claim. The word is true. What we say is correct. But why we are not guided again after that? Because it's just lip service, but when in reality, we have our own way. My way, your way, so many ways. If you choose the other ways, you are the one who decide not to be in the right path, the right way. Do we think we know better than Allah? No. Do we think we know better than a prophet who was a successful businessman, successful father, successful husband, father, and leaders? And that's why for 100 centuries, the Muslims who hold to the Quran and Sunnah was given by Allah Izzah. Izzah. That means they have been honored by Allah Rabbul Alameen. May Allah strengthen our faith towards Qada and Qadar. Today we should be going into chapter 2. Page 21. Components of the belief in Qadar. You have the chart there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, the first thing, you must have the right knowledge to understand. The second thing is kitaba, recording. The 3 is the will, mashia, and the 4th is khalq. Let us go back to it. Before creating the creation, Allah knew everything about it, like what we said in the early hadith, 50,000 years before. Allah have written all our destiny. Number 2, before creating the creation, Allah recorded everything that was going to happen to it. It is also recorded in Lawhi Mahfuz. Is recorded already. Number 3, nothing happened in the creation but according to what Allah's will, Mashiach. That means when it happened, the people who believe in Qada and Qadar, no. When it did not happen, they also know you cannot say anything. When it happened, then you learn how to accept it. First rule, accept it first. Don't have doubts. Why? Don't entertain the word why. Don't do that. When you have the why there, we are the elders, so our why is a big why, and the young one will have small y. And then we have all this new generation we call the Y generation. And that is the beginning of our problem. Why must I pray? Why must I fast? I look a lot of my friends, I have a lot of friends, very easygoing, They don't have to think of this. They don't have to think. We have to go and look for a washroom, and we have to go to take ablution and wet ourselves. All these are not doing it for a reason. Yeah. Number 4, everything in the universe is created by Allah alone. Wahdahu la sharika la. There's no other true God except Him alone. In what follows, we discuss these 4 components in detail. Allah's encompassing knowledge, His knowledge. Allah has full knowledge of the past and the future. Of course, the present. He even has full knowledge of the hypothetical, how non-existing thing would be if they came into existence. People may ask, do Allah know? At one time we have smartphone, iPhone, Samsung. Do Allah know about it? Allah have all the knowledge. No. Before you thought about this name also is been recorded already. To us who believe in Qada and Qadar. Because nothing happened until it's been recorded. Only now is coming out, surface one by one. Absolute knowledge about the creation. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the creator of everything in the world. His creation is a clear testimony of His complete and encompassing knowledge. Allah created planets and stars, mountains and oceans, animal and insect, atoms and nuclear, all in a most intricate and perfect order, balance. Allah's creation is well balanced. But what caused the unrest? What caused the climate changes? Allah said to us, "Zahara fasad fil barri wal bahr bima kasabat aydin nas," is because we are not thankful to Allah. We are not grateful to what Allah have created for us. We want to change the environment. Today in the world, which country is known to be a very healthy produce oxygen more than all the other carbon? Today, which country produce more oxygen and give them more energy and health? With the climate changes now, there is still one country that is far away from all this called pollution. Which country is that? Yeah? Is in Bhutan. We know this because we always like to travel New Zealand. Yeah, New Zealand also seems to be good, but because the law, the king, have come out with a statement that 70% of the environment cannot be destroyed. The animals are free to move. Nobody hunt for wild animals. The wildlife is free to move around. They don't hunt because their majority are Buddhists again, so they don't kill animals. So the environment there produce a lot of oxygen. But when we start development, it's not that you cannot develop, but you don't destroy the environment. You must know how to develop, and in the same time the environment is being secure. And they are still planting trees until now. Still planting trees to make sure that, because this creation, when you take good care of the surrounding will bring a lot of goodness to you. You take care of Allah's creation, then the creation will respond, react positively. We today, we know the food that we are taking today. That's why to be safe, we go for organic. Even the organic, sometimes people ask how organic is organic, and still some people now they're taking a lot of fruit. They don't want to eat the skin anymore. They say the skin is where the nutrition is, but the nutrition is plus pesticide. So we don't know. Just an example. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, in Surah Al-Mulk, Surah 67, verses 3, ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت. You do not see in the creation of the most merciful Allah any inconsistency. The creation of Allah is always well balanced. They got day, they got night, they got heat, they got dry day, you had wet days, heat here, you have cold here. Everything is well balanced. And Allah said in Surah Teen, Surah all of us memorize in verses 4, لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانِ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. And Allah fashioned us in the best form. Meaning Allah is telling us among all His creation, human being was created in the best fashion. That's why we are so fashionable. Only human have fashion show. The jinn don't have fashion show. The angel don't have fashion show. Only human. And the worst thing is that when you have this dress fashion, the one who come up with this dress are men. The one that is going to wear all the dress are ladies, women. And I was informed, whether true or not, they said, for you to keep on changing the dress before you go and have what they call the walk. What walk is that? Catwalk. Why they call catwalk? Cat have 4 legs. We have 2 legs. And then the way each time when you want to wear another fashion, they said they will be naked. The woman will go naked and then put back a new dress, and now he's going out to walk again. And there was an incident, there's a Muslim who were involved. At first he's shy, how can I go naked in front of a man? But he saw that all the other girls is like that, normal. No problem, undress and then put another new dress. You see, that's why those who walk in front of men, they have nothing inside. But because the name of fashion. Under the name of fashion, they kill your shyness. When there's no shyness, everything goes. Izalam tastahi fasna limashik. The Prophet said, when there's no shyness in any one of you, even your children who don't know what is shyness, you will see what happened to them. They don't care anymore. And shyness is part of faith. Al-haya min al-iman. When you have faith, you feel shy. Important, but Allah fashioned us in the best form. Allahu Akbar. Yeah, if you have seen some movie, I don't know whether alien movie, do the alien look nice? Yeah. None of the alien that you have seen is nice. Maybe this is how they also think of the Hollywood and all these things. But human are the best creation of Allah Rabbul Alameen. Animals and insects have some level of knowledge. Humans have more knowledge. And some of them have been blessed with a vast amount of knowledge that excel the average person. But all knowledge among the creation is granted by Allah and is minute compared to His knowledge. Allah said, Allah ya'lamu ma khalaqal wa huwa latiful kabir. Does He who created all not know? Well, He is the substantial and creator. That means He knows everything. Yeah. So when you have the knowledge to come up with all this technology, don't think that I am the founder. To you, yeah, you claim you are a founder, but who give you the knowledge? Allamal insana ma lam ya'lam. Even the first revelation that was revealed, Allah remind us, Allamal insana ma lam ya'lam. Iqra bismi rabbikal ladzi khalaq. Khalaqal insana min alaq. Iqra wa rabbukal akram. And then Allamal insana ma, I am the one who have taught you people knowledge that you know. You don't know anything. When you are born, what you need, you know how to cry. There's the only thing you know. So that's why they said, which one was created earlier? Your feeling or knowledge? Is your feeling. Why you cry? Why we cry? How you stop the baby from crying? Huh? By feeding him. When you're hungry, of course. Whether he cry out of anger, I'm hungry, do you know? Of course we don't. You don't talk to me. I'm showing you my body language. I'm hungry, I'm crying. Why you bring them close to your breast? You give them something. That shows us humans have to survive. And Allah will not create a creation without providing for them. That's why Allah said, no? لا تقتلوا أولادكم خشية إملاق نحن نرزقهم وإياكم. Don't kill a child, a newborn baby, because of fear towards poverty. I am the one who provide for you and for them. If any baby is going to be born, Allah will provide their rizqi. And the first thing you go to respond to them is the meal that they have to have. And when they have taken their rizqi, you can see how happy the baby, and they will rest and keep you in peace. What do we learn? You must honor every human's right. If you have food, you can sleep in peace. Do you want to create problem? No. But if I've been exploited, been oppressed, my basic right is not being given, I have to survive. For the baby, they survive by crying until you give them their right class. Just an example. Before creating the people, and even before creating the heavens and the earth, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knew all details about what was going to happen to His creation. Subsequently, all His creation qualities and action agreed with His prior knowledge. Allah said, لِتَعْلَمُوا أَنَّ اللَّهَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ وَأَنَّ اللَّهَ عَلَى قَدْ أَحَاطَ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ إِلْمًا in Surah Talaq, verses 12. Allah's command descend to you so that you may come to know that Allah has power over all things, and that Allah encompasses all things with His knowledge. What do you understand by Allah's command descend to you? Is wahyu. The kitab Allah is here to guide you, to show you, to explain to you what is going to happen. The saying of the Prophet ﷺ was guided by Allah and is here to alert us what is going to happen and is happening. That is the good thing that we can be proud of our deen, because what we see now is happening around the globe. Allah have said about that. The Prophet have made further explanation. So what is there for you to, why? Yeah, it's happening. Kalamullahu haq wa qawla rasul haq. The saying of the Prophet is true. If it's not happening, they say what the saying of the Prophet is non-practical. Yeah, it's just a legend, it's just a story. But what is happening now is to confirm what Allah has said in His book, where He have revealed to us, and what the Prophet have explained to us. That this ummah is going to be divided into 73 groups. Is that happening? It's happening. We are so divided. There will be a lot of innocent killing, where the killer do not know why he killed that person, and the one who was killed don't know why you going to kill me. What have I done wrong? Did I go against anybody? And why now I had to suffer? Why you bombard my small house? Example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala know this is going to happen. But He keep on reminding us, go back to the right path. Go back. But if you refuse, then this is going to happen. So majority of us refuse to go back to the guidance. Refuse to follow what Allah wants us to do. We thought that our way is better. Now Allah is not here to force us. That's why His creation, especially human, He gives us total freedom. And then He gives guidance. Up to you now. Are you going to follow the guidance or not? Were we given a freedom by Allah? Yes. We are born free. There was a movie before called Born Free. All people will know. Yeah. The elders will know. Born free. But normally they born free is for the animals. You know? But we also are born free. But we are the servant of Allah. And then we become the servant of human. We become slave of human because of the war, because of some country who's more powerful than the other country. They will come with their might, with their power, and then they will force you to be their slave. You know. And also sometimes we free. Then Islam came and free us. All the Prophet was sent to free the people. Moses was sent to Egypt. Why? There's a reason, because he had to free the Israel, the children, the Bani Israel from Pharaoh. Because they were all born free, and now the king, the tyrant king said, no, you are my slave now. So somebody will be sent to free the slave. All prophet was sent to free us from the slave of a human to become the slave of Allah, Ibadallah. Because we are born free. And then not only that, the Prophet was sent to free us from the servant of our desire. We become a slave to our own desire. Ittakazu hawahu ilahan. Allah said, you follow your desire 100%. Whatever your desire want, you just follow. Means that you are not free anymore. You are a free man. You control your desire. Don't let your desire control. You control your wealth. You are not a servant of dinar, not the servant of dirham, not the servant of gold and silver. This is a mean for you to survive. But you are not the slave of these two things. Because you become the slave, you don't care about your health, you don't care about your children, you just think of money, money, money. And you get, Allah give you. And what can you do with the money? Can you put a will? When I die, I want all my money to be buried with me. Can you write a will like that? You can write, who want to follow that will? No, people want to say crazy will. He is mad. So crazy man only will do that kind of will. Say no. They use all the power in the country, in the world to say, no man, he can go down, his property, stay out. This is reality of life. You cannot do anything when you die. Then Alexander the Great died. He commanded his people to carry his body and let his hand out, to see that he have nothing to bring home. Even he have all the power now to control so many countries he conquered, but when he died, he cannot bring anything. That is to show how weak we are, how helpless we are. And that's why Allah said to us, Yawm la yanfa'u malun wala banun. The day will come to every one of us that your property, your children, whatever you have, cannot benefit you, cannot help you, cannot protect you anymore. Nothing. Yawm la yanfa'u malun wala banun illa, except man atallah biqalbin salim, except those who return back to Allah with a submission heart. That's why you always say, Ya muqallibal qulub, thabbit qulubana ala dinik wa ala ta'atik. A very simple dua, but the Prophet loved to make this short dua. And be consistent, istiqamah in making this dua. Because our heart keep on moving. Do our heart move, brothers and sisters? Yes. Today good feeling, tomorrow bad feeling. Today I like him, tomorrow I don't like him. Today he's my honey, tomorrow he's the poison. That is life. One day you love your children so much, the next day you get so angry towards them. That is reality. The heart keep on changing. Who control the heart? You? No. Allah. And that's why I keep on asking, oh Allah, that move the hearts of every one of us. Make my heart steadfast in my belief, in my iman, in my obedience, so that I always follow your way. Your way, oh Allah, Islam, not my way. Whatever you do, always try your best. I want to do in the way that please Allah. Not just please me, please my friend. I don't care about the way of Allah. Don't do that. You can do, of course, but you do, then the ending is not good. Why Allah show us all the way, and then why the Prophet were here to explain everything so detailed? You want to make ibadah, how to perform your act of worship, do the way that the Prophet has shown us. You want to go for Umrah, you want to go for Hajj, do the way that the Prophet has shown us, even this Hajj, but do it. Then that is the way that please Allah. That's what we want. Important, yeah. Allah's prior knowledge does not miss anything. It included the tiny and the large, the hidden and the perceptible. He said, وَإِنَّهُ مَفَاتِحُ الْغَيْبِ لَا يَعْلَمُهَا إِلَّا هُوَ وَيَعْلَمُ مَا فِي الْبَرِّ وَالْبَحْرِ وَمَا تَسْقُطُ مِنْ وَرَقَةٍ إِلَّا يَعْلَمُهَا وَلَا حَبَّةً فِي ظُلُمَاتِ الْأَرْضِ وَلَا رَطْبٍ وَلَا يَابِسٍ إِلَّا فِي كِتَابٍ مُبِينٍ. In Surah Al-An'am, Surah 6, verses 59, Allah again reminds us about Him. With Him, with Allah, are the keys of ghaib. That means He holds the key of the unseen. Ghaib is the unseen. None knows them except Him alone. None, not even the angel have that knowledge, except which Allah give to them. And He knows what is on the land and in the sea. We do not know. How many sea creation of Allah? Only Allah. How many level of the sea? Only Allah knows. How deep? Some area they say you cannot even go down. Even the submarine cannot go down, because if they go down, it will explode because of the pressure. There is area that you can explore. Their area is so deep, is so dark, that not even any human life have entered that area. But Allah's creature survive in that area. Once upon a time, you see some strange animal surface, and then disappeared again. Is that just a dream or some fantasy? No, no, no. Because they don't live in that level. They live in another dimension. Allah has said, I create 7 dimensions of heaven and 7 dimensions of the earth. So even the ocean have different dimensions. You remember the Bermuda Triangle? Scientifically, people have said that you went into that area at certain time, not all the time. The whole thing disappeared. If there's a storm or anything, at least you can see, yeah? Somebody will be floating, and so on. And Allah's ornaments, sea ornaments, the sea treasure is always beneath, down. Human die, human will float. Human cannot go down. They go down, die, they will float. But the ornament, the treasure, all is down there. Yeah. Allahu Akbar. And the good thing, we Muslims, so happen, should explore, but we hardly explore all the environment because we don't have time. Who is the one who went into the ocean and sea and everything and show us what is in the ocean? Are the non-believers. Because the non-believer, he only want dunya, so Allah give them enough time, everything just focus on dunya. We do not want dunya only, we want akhirah, and that's why our lifestyle is different. But there's nothing to be jealous about. It's Allah's way of doing things. They will do all the fine thing and share it with us, so we enjoy it. Alhamdulillah, we don't have to dive so deep and spend our money so much doing all this, and then they come up with the documentary. We see, wow, mashallah, the fishes and all this. It's a ni'mah. You see, when you go for akhirah, Allah give you dunya. When you want dunya, no akhirah. So we have been blessed in a way. Don't have to be envy. Why don't we have our own resources? No, unnecessary, because we believe in that. Maybe they don't believe. That's why they are going deeper and deeper to see what is in the ocean. We know Allah has informed us about what is in the ocean. We believe without seeing. They want to see and then they believe. So they have to spend more time. And then after that, they still don't believe. They believe in their knowledge, their capacity, their ability to do this. Allah Kareem. Allah says, you want dunya, I give you dunya. Alhamdulillah. We don't come up with any phone, but all the phone is being used by the Muslim. Alhamdulillah. Now we can communicate, we can apply Quranic in the phone, and alhamdulillah, see. If not, we have to break our brain, to come up with all this technology. Alhamdulillah. I look at that, I look at that way. So we don't have to argue. He work for that, he get that dunya. We want akhirah. Alhamdulillah, we are more balanced. The key of the ghaib, none knows except Allah. He knows what is on the land and in the sea. Not a leaf fall, but that he know why it fall. You can see a lot of leaf is falling every day. Everything that happened is in the knowledge of Allah. And no grain is there within the darkness of the earth, and no moist or dry thing, but that are all included in a clear register in the book of Allah Rabbul Alamin. Not only Allah, no, Allah have registered everything in Lawh Mahfuz. So Allah is telling us about all these things, and we still don't trust Him. We still don't want to follow His way when He knows everything. He knows what's in the heart of everybody. And you still don't want to follow Him. You want to follow your way, and then of course you create more problems. Actually, most of the problem created by us. We can solve the problem easily. Let us go back to Allah. Especially Muslim. We're all Muslims. So when we have problem, let us humbly go back to Allah. Allah has said to us, فَإِن تَنَازَقْتُمْ فِي شَيْءٍ فَرُدُّهُ إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِ إِن كُنتُمْ تُؤْمِنُونَ بِاللَّهِ وَيَوْمَ الْآخِرِ ذَلِكَ خَيْرٌ وَأَحْسَنُ تَأْوِيلًا. Allah said this to us. If you have any differences, any dispute in any matters in your life, come back to my way, my book, the Quran, and the way of my messenger, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If you believe in Allah and the Day of Judgment, that is the best way. It's what Allah said. When we buy things, we want to buy the best brand, best quality. How much, I don't care, I want that brand. Name is important. But the thing is the same thing. You want Rolex, a bit changing it, Rolex. Of course, it's not the same kind of quality. Name. But watch today, people hardly want to wear watches now because all use handphone, and handphone have watch, have alarm again. Yeah. Example, thing is changing. Still, people are doing this watch business, but you can see thing is not moving. Yeah. Very fast anymore. Not like before. Things have changed. That is the problem we are facing, brothers and sisters, that no, we have problem in our iman, our faith towards Allah, our faith towards the Qada and Qadar. We have a lot of problems. And that's why this problem is causing a lot of unrest to our children. We have to work very closely with them. You see, like how Dailami was asking Ubay bin Ka'ab, and then he recommend Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, and Abdullah Musa recommend Huzaifa, and Huzaifa recommend to Zayd bin Thabit. All the good people, you must remind your children who to go to check, to ask, just to reconfirm, re-strengthen your faith. But remember, when Allah and the Prophet decide something, don't use your rational again. Something is not that it's not rational, but your knowledge, our knowledge, cannot reach the knowledge of Allah. Allah sees everything. I show you one simple example that people still asking me until today. They said, can we recite dua while we are making sujood, but from the Quran? Still people asking. You still have opinions say yes. Scholars say yes, because you don't have the intention to recite the Quran. Your intention is to make dua. So you choose one of the dua from the Quran. Who give you that kind of understanding? Scholars. But what did the Prophet say? No Quran. Recite. But we are not reciting Quran. We are making dua. But is that dua is from Quran or not? Yes. Then why must you get into an area, yeah, known as a gray area? The Prophet have reminded us, da ma yuribuka ila ma la yaribuk. Stay away from if the hadith is clear, except if there is an hadith that the Prophet said, except dua in the Quran, you can recite. Then we do that. But the Prophet said, I was not allowed by Allah to recite any Quran in the ruku' or in sujood. So in ruku' and sujood, I will glorify Allah. Subhana Rabbiyal Azim, Subhana Rabbiyal A'la. If this was allowed, the Prophet should have done that. The Prophet memorized more Quran than all of us. He understands the Quran better than us. There must be some indication that Prophet, that's why you read the dua of the dua sujood, or you never see the Prophet recite any ayat. All the other dua is there, but not ayat from the Quran. So why are we still giving this idea, entertain, saying, and opinion when the Quran and the Sunnah is our final reference? Why? Because we like to make dua. Of course, the Prophet encouraged you to make dua, but not Quran. Khalas. But no, as long as your intention is dua, not because you want to recite Quran, okay. You see, why you go and open the door of this gray area? Why you do that? As long as your intention is good, you can do anything. No, good intention don't allow you to change the ruling. The strange thing, the dua outside from the Quran, there are so many. Allahumma inni zalamtu nafsi zulman kathira wa la yaghfiru dhunuba illa anta faghfir li maghfiratan. You can Allahumma inni ala zikrika wa shukrika wa husni ibadati. You can say Allahumma ighfir li ma qaddamtu wa ma akhartu wa ma as. There's so many, plenty of dua other than the Quran. And still you want to recite from the Quran. If there's no dalil to say don't recite Quran while making rukuk and sujud. Do that. May Allah give us the right understanding and make us feel contented with what Allah and the Prophet have shown us. Don't try to give your own feeling, your own explanation. No. It's because of your own explanation create more fitna. Allah's prior knowledge includes every creature's full condition, lifespan, their risky, and so on. It includes every human's act of obedience and of disobedience, his status of success and failure, his thought and movement, and so on. Allah knows exactly who will enter Jannah and who will enter in hell. And Allah says, Huwa a'lamu bikum is ansha'akum minal ardi wa is antum ajinnatun fi butuni ummahatikum fala tuzakku anfusakum huwa a'lamu biman ittaqa. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us in Surah An-Najm, Surah 53 verses 32, He is fully aware of you when He, Allah, brings you into being out of dust, and when you are still hidden as fetus in your mother's womb. So do not praise yourself, because He alone knows who has taqwa, means fear and devotion to Allah Rabbul Alamin. Now what is important, Allah is saying, don't praise yourself. And the Prophet did mention in one hadith, Salasatun muhlikat, shukhun muta. 3 group of my people will experience self-destruction. Number 1, shukhun muta. People who are obedient through their ignorance. They are ignorant, but they do not want to admit that they do not know. The way they react like, I know, like, don't tell me. No, they don't have the right knowledge, but they are not humble to seek knowledge. They want to show that I also know. It's just like when you discuss matters about Islam, you have a scholar there, and you have a group of friend there. People was ask a scholar, but your friend respond. Yeah. Let the scholar explain. Because when you explain, you also explain. The scholar will keep quiet. The scholar will also want to listen. How are you going to explain about this? Then you create more confusion. Yeah. So be humble. Shukhun muta. Number 2, wahawa muttabi. The second group are people who just love to follow their desire, their feeling. Anything you ask them, my feeling is like that. I think. They don't want to quote what Allah said and what the Prophet said. Just my feeling. I think. Nothing wrong. Who said nothing wrong? When Allah said it's wrong. And you say nothing wrong. You see? When Allah shirik is shirik. That's simple. But there is hawa mutabik. That's why we have a lot of problems. The third thing, the second thing, I go back to the second thing. The people always say, maybe we don't have to follow everything. As a Muslim, we believe Islam is a complete, perfected religion. We have to follow from the day we are born until we die. But most of us only follow when you are born and then you die. When you are born, you want akikah. When you die, you go to the Muslim cemetery. You never said, when I die, you bury me anywhere. Yeah? As long as my feng shui is good. No, you don't work for your feng shui anymore. I will bring people will drag you there. Only when you die, you have to follow. But when you are alive, you refuse to follow. Why? There's a big issue going on today. If somebody tell you when I die, I don't want to die as a Muslim, what are you going to say? What are you going to say? Suddenly the person said to you, he died. And you are there to witness. He tell you, I do not want to die as a Muslim. And Allah said, وَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ إِلَّا وَأَنْتُمْ Muslim. What are you going to do with this kind of people? It's difficult. The only thing you can do is you to exclude yourself from that funeral. That's the best thing. Because he said to you, you have the knowledge. Where other people have no knowledge. They know him as Ramli or Ahmad. They know them as their name. So this name means Muslim. But he is telling you, I don't want to die as a Muslim. It's very serious. For you who know it, you must know what to do. You exclude yourself. Very dangerous. That's why when you want to marry a reverts, you must make sure that he is prepared to live and die as a Muslim. If not, what can happen? You say, oh, okay lah, slowly, but he choose not to live like a Muslim until he die, and you know, you are the wife. What's going to happen to the wife? You want them to arrange an Islamic way. You cannot participate anymore, because he told me, I hope that he will become a Muslim, but he just said to me, he became a Muslim because of me, because he wanted to marry me, nothing to do with the religion. But since the law said I must be, so I just become just to marry you and nothing else. So you must be very careful. Don't take the high risk, because the problem starts when he died. You cannot interfere at all. You cannot cheat Allah anymore. See our Prophet, when a person died, even his beloved uncle died, he cannot interfere. He refused to be a Muslim. And he's very close to the uncle. The uncle is very close to him. Noah alayhi salam, one of his sons died. He do not want to be a believer. What can Noah say? Noah asked Allah. Allah said, don't call him your son. Allah said to Noah, don't ever call him your son. Follow our feeling is different. This is what Allah said. And that's why Noah, according to the hadith of the Prophet in the day of judgment, when we go to Noah, ask him for some shafa'ah, intercession, he can't. He said, I'm so shy to ask Allah anything now, because I asked Allah to forgive, to save my son, and he stopped me. And this is an example. So Allah is telling us that He is aware of everything. I say only two. The third one, وَإِعْجَابُ مَرْءُ بِنَفْسِ, mean a person who like to be praised. Anything he do, he want to do it openly so people know, and people will praise him. إِعْجَابُ مَرْءُ بِنَفْسِ. Anything he do, he will do the best, but he want people to see, and then people praise him. And Allah Rabbul Alameen remind us, so do not praise yourself. If people want to praise you, it's people's way of praising. People want to thank you, Alhamdulillah. And that's why you remember when we said, when we come out from ruku', what do we say from? What do we say when we come out from ruku'? Sami Allahu liman hamida. What is the meaning of Sami Allahu liman hamida? Allah hear those who praise Him. And what is our response? The ma'mum? Rabbana lakal hamd. Oh Allah, all praise belong to you. So when people praise you, to save yourself from this feeling, you praise Allah. Rabbana lakal hamd. At least you say Alhamdulillah. All praise is to Allah. Why you have to respond in that manner? Safeguard your iman, so that you don't have the feeling that you like to be praised. No, live as humble as you can. It's very important. People can give you anything, but you yourself must not be taken away by this. You can have all the degree, triple master, triple PhD. Why? Oh, you know, this guy is not just a PhD, no, he got 3 PhD, you have 1 only. Where are you compared with him? Now be PhD, you know, I have 3 PhD. Remember, you're talking to 3 PhD holder. Well, you call him to do some repair job and see. He's 3 PhD, and they call him when he have some problem. The plumber will call him. He don't even know how to do anything. And he thought he has PhD, that he knows everything. No, you know something, but not everything. Just what in the area that you are aware of. That you cannot say, I know everything. Knowledge is still ongoing. That's why you have R&D, unstopped, because people are still making a lot of research. People can praise us. Oh, you're so beautiful. Rabbana lakal hamd. But if you want people to praise you, they don't praise you. You see, next time you come, you want to beautify yourself more, to attract people's attention. They never say anything. You come another time, you want to beautify more. Okay? Maybe glitters of all this kind of gold, and so that it shine, and let people say, wow. Yeah. All these are feeling that is very bad. When you do for the sake of all, anybody praise you, alhamdulillah. You know, the Prophet even don't like people to wear ornament and then to show off. Why? Because Riyah will come in. Yeah, so try our level best. You remember the hadith that the Prophet talked about 3 people in the day of judgment, that Allah is going to judge them. You remember the hadith? One is a rich man. Allah gave him wealth, and he used to do this, to do that. He built mosques, madrasa, donate here, and then Allah said, for who do you do all these things? He said, for your sake, oh Allah. Said, Kazabta. Allah said to him in front of his face, you are a liar. You do this because you want people to talk good about you, praise you, that you are this, you are so kind, you build school, you build madrasa, and you build mosque. You get all the praises in this world. People have praise and give you name. Your name is everywhere. What do you want from me? Allah said, go to hell. And the second is a people of knowledge, Quranic knowledge. Oh, I teach so many people to recite the Quran. I went to the competition, I get first award, and then my student also get first award. You know, I have so many students. Yes, I know. When you are teaching them to recite the Quran beautifully, for whose sake is that? For you, Allah, kazabta. Allah said, you are a liar. In front of our face, you are a liar. You still want to lie in front of me? Because you have a hidden feeling that Allah knows, other people don't. That you do this, you want people to praise you. Wow, you are the Qari, you are the most knowledgeable person. You get all the praise in this world. Go to hell. The third one is a fighter, a warrior who go to war and fight and kill a lot of enemies. And then Allah asks you, what do you do? Oh, I spend my energy, I enter the war, I kill so many enemies. Yes, for whose sake? For you, kazabta, you are a liar. You do because you want people to acknowledge your strength, to say that you are a fighter, you are a warrior. People give you this medal, that medal. What do you want from me? Nothing now. Go to hell. See, because of what? Because you want to be praised. We all are here to seek knowledge. The more we know, the more we must be humble. When this thing happen, people praise you. You cannot. Don't praise me. You don't have to do that. Let them say what they want to say. If they acknowledge our goodness, it's good for them to acknowledge that. But then deep in your heart, you say, Rabbana lakal hamd. All praise is to Allah. Rabbana lakal hamd. Rabbana lakal hamd. Some people will teach you to say, La shukra ala wajib. When I'm doing an obligation towards you, don't praise me because of that. It's my obligation. It's my duty to help you. That's all. May Allah guide us. May Allah bless us. If there's any question, now we open for Q&A. Fatafaddal. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Pass the mic to us.
In response to a praise, can we also say Haza min fadli Rabbi?
Yes. Haza min fadli Rabbi. Also can the thing that you respond actually is to remind you this all came from Allah. That is good. As long as you connect yourself back to Allah, that is healthy for our iman. Next now. Sister Fauzia.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
Okay, I've got two questions. One is what a lot of people they've been doing when they hear about any death or anniversary of a death or whatever, they'll just say Al-Fatiha. They don't want to hadiah ayat Quran to the arwah. And then when I pick up on it, I tell them that, I advise them that no, you cannot hadiah ayat Quran to the deceased. They said, what's the dalil? So I'm asking you for the dalil. And then the other one is, can I ask you another one and then you answer one shot? Okay, the other one is, after you pray, you finish your salat, and then it's good to zikr and all that, and also you read ayatul kursi, right? Can you do that in a sujud? No, I mean, you're not in a prayer, you finish your prayer and all that, but just you say Bismillah and then you sujud and then you say, you read. See, can you do that? That's all I want to find out.
Firstly, you talk about can you recite Ayatul Kursi after your prayer? Of course, not in the prayer. Just you want to make extra sujood, yeah,
Yes.
to thank Allah or anything, and then you recite Ayatul Kursi. Yeah. There is none from the prophets to show us that this is the best way. So the best way is to follow the way of the prophet. Just recite Ayatul Kursi without making sujood. Yeah. Remember, the action of the prophet and the saying of the prophet is very important to follow, yeah, especially anything related to prayers, because he have guided us, shown us all the way. Yeah, don't have to make any changes and come up with our own feeling, you know. Number two, you're talking about when people pass away. Normally we would say, according to our prophet, when you hear death of anybody, say inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Why? Just to remind us we all came from Allah, to Allah we will return. Secondly, the prophet said istaghfiru li akhikum. That's what the prophet said. What to do? He said, ask forgiveness. May Allah forgive the soul of so and so. That is what the prophet taught us. For those who want to hadiah this, hadiah that, we want them to show us, not we show them. Anything to do with ibadat, you must ask them one question in the future. Is this ibadat or adat? Adat, no comment. You can do anything. If ibadat, you cannot do when there is no example, no dalil. It's always like that. You cannot pray if there's no Isra and Mi'raj. If Allah do not command you to pray, why must you pray? Because there is a dalil said now you must pray. That's why we pray. Before Hijrah, there's no fasting because there's no command of fasting. Even the Prophet was fasting, yeah, but he never called any of his followers to fast because the command of fasting was not revealed yet. Until when it was revealed, and then the law is there. So anything to do with ibadat, you don't do until there is a reference. Anything to do the adat, you do whatever the adat require until there is something to say no, haram, then you stop. Is that simple? If people say, why don't you do this? No. He asks you for dalil. You see, the dalil I have is like this. The Prophet said, you said, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, and then istaghfiru li akhikum. The Prophet called us to ask Allah to forgive the soul of soul. That is what dalil we have. Now, ask them back, what is your dalil? Say, you can recite this and hadiyah. If you have dalil, alhamdulillah. We are also al-Fatiha. Why not? Because Fatiha is ayat of Quran. Yeah.
And then the non-believers or not yet Muslims, they also say Al-Fatiha.
Yeah. Because they thought that is an honor as respect to the deceased of the family. Politicians will get into that someday. Politicians, they have to show that they also feel for everybody. They care for everybody. So they thought that we also said Al-Fatiha, they also Al-Fatiha. Of course, their Fatiha is just Fatiha. Just the word Al-Fatiha, because they thought that that is enough. For us, Al-Fatiha is the whole surah. For them, is the word Al-Fatiha. Class. Because to them, they thought that because you are, I am the leader of this area, so I represent everybody. So I was make some prayer or so, but no. That's why we create a lot of confusion, and the confusion now is being followed by the people who don't have knowledge. You know that our Prophet want to pray for his parent. He want to pray for Abu Talib. What did Allah say? No. According to his feeling, was wrong. But when I said no, no. Of course, heart pain, you know. People are so close to you, but because they die as a non-believer, so you cannot force them to believe in what you believe, because our prayer is for the believer. That's why we don't give salam to the not yet believer. Why? Because responding the salam is fardu. We cannot force that on them. You can tell them, you don't respond, you commit a sin. Because responding to my salam is wajib. Because to him, he don't believe. That's why you don't offer that kind of greeting. Not to force people to accept what you believe until they want to believe. And then you offer them according to what we believe. Alhamdulillah.
Jazakallah khair.
Now,
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikum salam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Whenever I see trees they shed leaves, this ayat comes to mind. Not a leaf falls, but Allah knows it. I was told once that the leaves represent a person. So when the leaf falls, someone will die. So each leaf has got sort of a name of a person on it. And if, let's say, leaf A, a person A, was supposed to die, and then another leaf falls on it, and falls. That leaf falls. The next leaf B falls. That person will die. So I just want clarification. Is that true?
Yeah. Okay. If there is somebody who say about this, they are interpreting about the falling of the leaf. If they have dalil, we can accept. If they have no dalil, we don't. What Allah is telling us, the leaf may fall because it's a dead leaf now. He have to fall. The leaf may fall because of the wind. The leaf may fall because of the bird, yeah, who land on it and then suddenly it break the leaf. So Allah said He knows even that knowledge that nobody can know except Allah's knowledge. That whoever want to go further than that there is a sign somebody is going to die. That one, they must have dalil. This is the unseen. Yeah? Anything unseen, Allah said, the knowledge belong to me. Unless there is some knowledge that Allah have revealed to the Prophet ﷺ, and the Prophet make command, then we can accept that. So other than that, we who believe in Qadr and Qadar will not entertain. Here say, they can say anything. No?
It
So-
came to mind because this was told to me when I was a teenager.
Yeah, anybody can say anything. Today's world, everybody is free to express their feeling. But we believe in what there is a dalil. Anything without dalil, we just stop there to safeguard our iman. Yeah? Because how can you believe in the unseen when you have no knowledge and Allah didn't give you the knowledge and you say that this is true? You can't. People can say, I only believe when there's a dalil. There's no dalil. You can say anything, I can hear, I can just erase it. May Allah strengthen. And the last question from other sisters. Now, Fadda. Pass the mic, please, the last question. Now.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Ustaz, there's a sentence that say that Allah knows who's going to the heaven and the hell. But how to make a da'wah to a person who is Muslim but did not practice, because they said Allah's already know I'm going to, he believed that he's going to hell by not doing anything, because he said Allah's already know, and then so he said that why do I have to do good things, and because
Yes.
yeah, there's those kind of thinking. How can we make a da'wah to this kind of people?
We human always give excuses. When we don't want to do what we are supposed to do, we give excuses. Allah is telling us He knows everything. Not we. We don't know. If you do not know where is your ending, why not you find the way that you know that by doing all this good thing, pleasing Allah sincerely for Allah, Allah said, I will not ignore or deny all your good things. I will reward you. Right, like Allah said, وَبَشِّرِ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنْكُمْ وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ لَهُمُ الْجَنَّةِ. Send glad news, glad tidings to those who believe and act righteously, sincerely for Allah. I will reward them paradise. This is Allah's word, and Allah never change His word. When Allah says something, He fulfills, not like us. We may say something, but we don't fulfill. So why not we look at this ayah and we move towards this ayah? Why am you going? I don't know where I'm going to go, so I better do what I want here now. Then I depend on luck. Why you depend on luck? You can say, I don't know when I'm going to be successful student or not, so I don't have to study. If I study, if I fail, what for? I waste my money, waste my time. Do you do that? No. I don't know whether I will pass my driving license or not. So you don't want to sit for an exam. You say, I don't need to drive, but you drive. Even if you don't have no license, you drive. Why? Because it's for your convenience. So why must you, I don't know where this food can cause sickness or not, and you eat what you like. No, you take care of your food. You know that your diet is important. You don't want to have a lot of sugar in the blood, and then you have diabetes, you suffer. Then you know how to choose when come to this. When come to right and wrong, you don't care. No, this is a lame excuses. People just give you the excuse and say, you just leave me alone. Don't bother about my future. All the Prophet was sent to alert the people. They cannot force you. They all have the same. I believe in what I believe. So why must I follow you? But I'm here to convey to you the truth. Your ending must be true. If not, then you don't blame. That time when you end with a bad ending, you don't blame it. But it's just like us. You know what is good for your children. In the future, you have children. You know what's good. You want to prepare them to be good. Do you just say to them, it's up to you, lah. You want to go to school or not? Do you say to the children that? No, you force them to go to school. Sometimes you also have to go to school with them. You know? Why? Because you want them to have the best. And you send them to the best school sometimes, so they become the best. Just an example, everybody must work towards it. Nothing comes free. Everybody must work towards it. I know people get these kind of excuses when people say, I'd like to have a special session with them to open their eye and make them see things better. Of course, they just give excuses. To me, I know these excuses. Even my family member, when I start to talk about religion, most of them will stay quiet because they are not in that line. So they have nothing to discuss. But they are good thing, they listen. Each time when I talk to them, I use the verses of Allah and some saying the Prophet. So my cousin brother, he's also very good in, he teach Jawi. He's not a Muslim, but he is good in Jawi. Then see, religion cause a lot of anger among the people because they don't understand what kind of religion cause anger, cause unrest. Is the people who do not really follow the religion, but they just use the religion as a platform. The person who follows the religion will not cause unrest to people. Religion always brings peace. But anyhow, we just can convey the truth to them. If they want to accept, alhamdulillah. If they refuse to accept, we have done our duty. But then we have to reflect again whether our approach is correct or not. Maybe our approach is wrong, that's why they can't accept. So we have to be very careful in our approach. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ was reminded by Allah, that فَبِي رَحْمَةٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ لِنْتَ لَهُمْ وَلَا كُنْتَ فَضًّا غَلِيظَ الْقَلْبِ لَانْفَضُّ مِنْ حَوْلِكَ. You must approach them because Allah has given the blessing of Allah, the mercy, the love in the heart of the Prophet, that he can approach people with his heart, not with his knowledge. He feels for his people. He's like a mother feeling towards the children. You feel. If you are hard on them, you use hard word, strong approach. Allah said to the Prophet, they run away from you. The same go to us. When you talk to any friend and you use hard word or your approach is not correct, they will just block you. Then you don't blame them 100%. Maybe our approach is not right. Still you try and or you can bring them to other people. Maybe they feel more comfortable, to express their feeling. Because when you want to talk to somebody, I always remind a lot of parents today after our youth camp. Parents always want the children to listen to them. When we say something, when we talk, we want them to listen. One thing that we fail is that we fail to learn how to listen from them. It's good that parent one day when you have time sit down with children, my daughter, my son, anything you want to share with us, anything you want to tell us. Normally parents don't do that. We just want them to listen from them. It's time for us to open our ear to listen from them. The second thing that is very urgent for us to address. Most of the husband do things by themselves. The father always do things by himself. Children don't know what we are doing. Even our wife may not know what we are doing. No, the normal thing is okay, but when it comes to property, business, if something happens, who is going to follow up? When we don't have the info at all. But if we will share the information to the elders, then if anything happen, at least somebody know how to follow up. And this is happening. That's why we have a lot of problem when the head of the family pass away. You know, we are wife who love that our husband do everything. Let them do, but if they can share the information, it's good. Something happened, we know how to follow up. If not, we have zero information. If they have account in Switzerland, you should know. If not, then who knows? I don't know there is an account there. I don't go to Switzerland for that. And now I have, oh yeah, yeah, there's an account in Switzerland. There's an account in the other country. At least we know how to follow up. Yeah. And this is simple thing that I like to share with all the sisters and brothers. Try to spend some time, just let the children talk to us, yeah? And get some info from them, inshallah. It's healthy conversation. Yeah? May Allah bless us, may Allah guide us, may Allah forgive all our sins, and may Allah strengthen our heart so that our heart, our faith towards Allah, towards Qada and Qadar is always strong, inshallah. وبالله التوفيق وآخر دعوانا والحمد لله رب العالمين سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.